Okay, greetings family. Now I've not been able to record any video updates for a while, but I have been following the issues surrounding coronavirus and Grenfell very closely. So I'm going to call this one PHE RIP. Now, the government's decision to prevent the Grenfell families from attending their own inquiry has nothing to do with protecting their health from coronavirus, but everything to do with control. We've got to be clear about that. By now, many of you will know that the government just a few days ago, and that's including Theresa May and the MP for Kensington, have just voted against amendments that are designed to actually make the Phase 1 recommendations law. This is a complete contradiction to all the promises that they made. So people in their homes are still at risk. Justice for Grenfell is still a long way off. However, last night, the government announced that from this coming Monday, they're going to be restricting gatherings to no more than 6 people. That's unless they are related to work, education or sport. Now, any logical person will probably be saying, why Monday? Why not now if it's so urgent? Well, understand this, family. This is all hot air to make us believe that ministers are actually doing something to protect us, when in reality, they're lying to us. Now, we know that the R rate, or the PR rate as I like to call it, has been above 1 for weeks. So we know that a deliberate herd immunity strategy has been in place, and they've been using our children to infect our families, and they've been getting the rest of us in the workspaces, in holidays, in COVID hotspots. It's not a coincidence that the surge in infections coincides with school reopenings. This gangster government, I can't think of any other word, will not reverse its strategy until hospitalisations increase, at which point it will be too late. This is deliberate. In the meantime, its attempts at first blaming care homes and now young people for virus spikes is just propaganda. It's outrageous. Remember, they're even scrapping Public Health England so that when the inquiry does come looking at their actions, PHE doesn't even exist. So the NHS and a naughty partying, protesting public can take the blame. Now, argument that most transmissions occur in the home is a half-truth, and you're going to hear that in the next few days. It's kind of like saying the barrel infected one bad apple. Well, yes, the transmission has increased amongst young people, but many are also taking care to ensure it's not reaching vulnerable people in their circles. They don't want to infect their mums and their dads and their uncles, aunties and grandparents. So along with this and shielding, these are the reasons why there's been such a low death rate. Not because of the actions of this lying government. In fact, the government's new formula to count COVID-19 deaths hides the actual figures behind this preposterous 28-day from testing positive deadline. It means that people who are actually positive for more than 28 days and dying from COVID-19 are not being recorded. So this means every week we're losing a whole street, a whole tower block to this wretched thing. Nevertheless, we must be thankful that shielding, social distancing and new medical interventions have kept the numbers of people passing away down. However, when universities do reopen and as more people return to work, use public transport, hospitalisations will increase. People will go into intensive care and we will lose loved ones. And I'm saying this not to scaremonger or spread conspiracy theories, but to ask that you are careful. Do not live in paranoia mode, no. But please, please, please do not let your guard down. Even if you recover from COVID, for many the recovery can take months and potentially years if the damage to your lung is permanent. There are young people affected by this, not only those over 50. Remember, our physical, social and mental well-being from COVID is far more important than any economic recovery. So if you have children, it is your decision whether they go back to school. Don't feel pressured either way. You keep them at home, send them in. Now, we decided to keep our son at home and asked the school to provide us with worksheets and resources. So physics, geography, English, they've all been fine, fun even. But just a warning, things like quadratic fractions, well, I'm not very good at that. And my son now thinks I'm a mathematical idiot. It's not easy. So trust your instincts, reevaluate the situation weekly. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, be careful. And finally, do not hold out for a safe virus anytime soon. All this talk about Operation Warp Speed to make development go faster should be ignored. You can't do it quickly and safely. Remember that Oxford trial, which is in mass testing in Brazil and South Africa? Well, that's been halted after a participant was hit with an unknown illness. We also know that it's possible to catch the virus twice after a 25-year-old required hospitalisation a second time round. Just imagine if infecting our children now means that if they catch it again, they are at increased risk of dying. This is not a second wave, because the first wave never ever really went away. We need to find a new normal But this and the old ways, where our bodies are being used to protect the immoral elite, is not it. People before profit. Always. To stay shielded. And may the ancestors continue to guide and protect us. Ashe.